Thank you for listening to Family 20. 20 minutes to a stronger family. Practical guidance for marriage and family life. Your family matters every day, every way. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of Family 20. I am your host, Brother Sells-Berachah, and I want to personally thank you for spending these next 20 minutes with me. Whether you are listening while driving to work, preparing dinner, taking a walk, relaxing at home, or simply looking for encouragement during your day, I am honored that you have chosen to be here. Family 20 exists because families matter. Every healthy community begins with healthy families. Every generation is shaped by the homes that raised them. As the saying goes, as goes the home, goes the nation. Every child learns what love, respect, forgiveness, and responsibility looks like from the people closest to them. Long before schools, businesses, governments, or communities influence our lives, our families begin teaching us what it means to trust, communicate, solve problems, and care for others. That is why this podcast exists. Every week, we will spend about 20 minutes having honest, practical conversations about marriage, parenting, communication, family leadership, emotional health, conflict resolution, financial stewardship, faith, and building homes that are healthy, not because they are perfect, but because they are intentional. Now, let me say something that might surprise you. Many people spend years searching for the perfect spouse. Others spend years trying to become the perfect parent. Some believe that successful families are simply fortunate enough to avoid problems. But after observing families from many different backgrounds and walks of life, I have become convinced that strong families are not built by perfect people. They are built by committed people. They are built by people who decide that their family is worth investing in. Strong families do not happen accidentally. They are developed intentionally. Today's episode is called The Foundation of Every Strong Family. It does not begin with perfection, it begins with intention. Once again, today's episode is called The Foundation of Every Strong Family. It does not begin with perfection, it begins with intention. If there is one idea I hope stays with you long after today's episode ends, it is this. Healthy families are not accidental. Healthy families are intentional. Think about anything valuable in life. Successful businesses do not grow by accident. Healthy bodies do not develop by accident. Strong friendships do not last by accident. Financial stability does not happen by accident. Neither do healthy marriages or healthy families. Everything worthwhile requires purpose. Everything worthwhile requires investment. Everything worthwhile requires consistency. Families are no different. Sometimes we compare our families with what we see online. We see smiling family photographs, perfect vacations, perfect anniversary pictures, perfect birthday celebrations, perfect holiday gatherings. What we rarely see are the difficult conversations, the misunderstanding, the tears, the disappointments, the financial struggles, the health challenges, the sacrifices. Every family has moments that test them. Every family experiences seasons they never planned for. The question is not whether your family will experience difficulties. The real question is this: what kind of foundation have you built before those difficulties arrive? That is an important distinction. Engineers do not wait for an earthquake before strengthening a building. Communities do not wait until the middle of a hurricane before discussing emergency plans. Likewise, families should not wait until relationships begin falling apart before learning how to strengthen them. Healthy families prepare before problems appear. That is what intentional living looks like. Now, let us begin with our first foundational principle. Foundation 1. Every strong family is built around shared purpose. Every strong family is built around shared Purpose. One of the greatest challenges facing many families today is not a lack of love, it is a lack of direction. Love is powerful, love is necessary, but love alone does not automatically produce unity. Think about a rowing team. Imagine eight incredible, talented athletes sitting in one boat. Each person is strong, each person is committed, each person genuinely wants the team to succeed. But if every rower chooses a different direction, the boat does not move forward. It spins in circles. Families often experience the same thing. One person values career advancement above everything else. Another values financial security. Someone else values personal freedom. Another values convenience. Another values entertainment. None of these goals are necessarily wrong, but if the family never discusses what truly matters most, everyone begins rowing toward different destinations. Eventually, frustration replaces connection. Confusion replaces clarity. Conflict replaces cooperation. Healthy families regularly ask an important question: who are we becoming together? Notice the word together, not individually. Together. Purpose invents unity. Purpose gives meaning to everyday decisions. Purpose influences how families spend their time. Purpose influences how they spend their money. Purpose influences how they solve disagreements. Purpose influences how they raise children. Purpose influences how they respond to difficult seasons. Without purpose, families simply react to life. With purpose, families begin leading their lives intentionally. Here's something practical you can do this week. Sit down together, turn off the television, put away the phones, remove the distractions. Ask everyone this simple question: what kind of family do we want to become? What kind of family do we want to become? Not what kind of house do we want, not what kind of income do we want, not what kind of vacation do we want, not what kind of family do we want to become. Do you want to become known for kindness, integrity, generosity, hospitality, faithfulness, honesty, compassion, resilience, forgiveness? Those conversations matter because families rarely become something they have never intentionally discussed. Your family's identity does not appear overnight. It is built one conversation, one decision, one habit, one act of love, and one act of forgiveness at a time. As we continue today's conversation, we are going to discover that intentional families do not simply hope relationships improve, they establish habits that help relationships grow stronger every single day. Stay with me. We will be right back. Welcome back to Family 20. If you are just joining us, today's conversation is about one simple but transformative truth. Strong families are built intentionally, not accidentally. Before the break, we explored our first foundation. Every strong family is built around a shared purpose. When a family knows who they are and what they value, everyday decisions become clearer because they are guided by something bigger than the moment. Now let us move to our second foundation, foundation 2. Communication and comprehension invents connection. Communication and comprehension invents connection. If there's one skill that can strengthen or weaken every relationship in your family, it is communication. Think about this for a moment. Every disagreement you have ever had began with some form of communication or the absence of it. Every meaningful friendship has grown through communication. Every healthy marriage is sustained through communication. Every parent-child relationship is shaped by communication. Communication is more than talking. It is the process of understanding and being understood. Unfortunately, many people believe that because they are speaking, they are communicating. Those are not always the same thing. You could talk for an hour and never truly connect. You can exchange thousands of text messages and still feel emotionally distant. You can live in the same house and slowly become strangers if meaningful conversations disappear. Healthy communication requires more than words, it requires attention. One of the greatest gifts you can give another person is your undivided attention. When someone in your family is speaking, ask yourself, am I listening to understand or am I listening to respond? There is a significant difference. Listening to respond means you are already preparing your argument while the other person is still talking. Listening to understand means you are trying to see the world from their perspective, point of view, even if you do not ultimately agree. That kind of listening builds trust. It communicates something powerful. You matter. Your thoughts matter. Your feelings matter. Now, let us be honest. Families do not always communicate well. Sometimes conversations become competitions. Instead of solving the problem, we try to win the argument. Instead of seeking understanding, we seek validation. Instead of asking questions, we make assumptions. But healthy families recognize that the goal is not to defeat one another, the goal is to strengthen one another. Imagine two people standing on opposite sides of a table. The problem is on the table between them. If they spend all of their energy attacking each other, the problem remains untouched. But if they stand on the same side of the table and face the problem together, they become partners instead of opponents. That is the mindset healthy families cultivate. They do not ask who's right, they ask how do we move forward together. Here are the three simple habits that can dramatically improve communication in your home. First, invent intentional conversation time. Not while someone is scrolling through their phone, not while the television is playing in the background, not while everyone is rushing out the door. Invent moments where everyone knows they have your full attention. Second, ask open ended questions. Instead of asking, did you have a good day? Which often receives a one word answer, try asking, what was the best part of your day? Or what challenged you today? These questions invite conversations instead of ending it. Third, learn the power of calm responses. Not every disagreement requires immediate reaction. Sometimes the wisest response is to pause, think, and respond with kindness rather than emotion. Remember, words cannot be retrieved once they are spoken. They can be forgiven, but they cannot be taken back. Healthy communication is not about saying everything you think, it is about saying what builds, encourages, clarifies, and strengthens relationships. Now, let us move to our third foundation. Foundation 3. Trust is built in small moments. Trust is built in small moments. When most people think about trust, they think about major events, a broken promise, a betrayal, a significant disappointment. While those moments certainly affect trust, trust is actually built or weakened in hundreds of ordinary moments that often go unnoticed. Trust grows when your words consistently match your actions. It is built when you keep your promises, even the small ones. It is strengthened when you arrive when you said you would. It is reinforced when you admit your mistakes instead of making excuses. It is deepened when family members know they can depend on you. Think of trust as a savings account. Every act of honesty is a deposit. Every fulfilled commitment is a deposit. Every moment of reliability is a deposit. Every apology that is followed by changed behavior is another deposit. Over time, those deposits invent something incredibly valuable: security. People thrive in relationships where they feel emotionally safe. Children especially flourish when they know the adults in their lives are dependable, consistent, and present. Marriage also grows stronger when spouses know they can rely on one another, not only during life's biggest moments, but also in the ordinary routines of everyday life. Trust is not built through grand speeches. It is built through ordinary faithfulness. It is saying, I will be there and then showing up. It is saying, I will help, then following through. It is saying, I am sorry and demonstrating genuine change. Many people underestimate the influence of consistency. Consistency may not seem exciting, it rarely receives public recognition, but consistency is often the quiet strength behind every enduring family. Strong families are not built occasionally, extraordinary moments. They are built on ordinary moments repeated with extraordinary faithfulness. If you are trying to strengthen trust in your family today, do not begin by making dramatic promises. Begin by faithfully keeping the simple ones. Call when you said you would. Listen when someone needs your attention. Spend the time you promised to spend. Be patient when your family needs you. Little by little, day after day, trust grows stronger. And as trust grows stronger, relationships become healthier. As we continue our conversation, we will explore two more foundations that every thriving family needs: developing resilience through life's challenges and inventing a lasting family legacy through everyday habits. Stay with me. We'll be right back after this brief pause. Welcome back to Family 20. I'm your host, Brother Sells-Berachah, and today we're exploring what truly invents a strong family. So far, we have discussed three essential foundations: having a shared purpose, cultivating healthy communication, and building trust through everyday consistency. Now, let us turn our attention to something every family will eventually face: adversity. No family is immune to hardship. Every home will experience seasons of uncertainty, disappointment, grief, financial pressure, illness, conflict, or unexpected change. The question is never if challenges will come, the question is how will we respond when they do. That brings us to our fourth foundation, foundation 4. Resilience is developed before the storm. Resilience is developed before the storm. When people think about resilience, they often picture someone who appears fearless or unaffected by difficulty. But resilience is not pretending everything is fine. It is not ignoring pain or suppressing emotion. Resilience is the ability to remain grounded, hopeful, and committed even when life becomes difficult. Think about a large oak tree. During a storm, the branches bend with the wind. Leaves may fall, some limbs may even break, yet the tree remains standing because its strength is found beneath the surface, in its roots. Families are much the same. When the winds of life begin to blow, what keeps a family standing is not the absence of storms, it is the depth of the roots that have developed over time. Healthy families prepare emotionally, relationally, and spiritually before the crisis arrives. They establish habits that sustain them when life becomes uncertain. One of those habits is learning to face problems together instead of alone. Sometimes people isolate themselves when they are hurting. They withdraw emotionally. They stop communicating. They assume no one will understand. But families become stronger when they move toward one another during difficult seasons rather than away from one another. Imagine carrying a heavy piece of furniture by yourself. Eventually, your strength gives out. Now imagine 4 or 5 people lifting the same weight together. The burden has not disappeared, but it is become manageable because it is being shared. Families are designed to help carry life's burden together. That does not mean every conversation is easy. It doesn't mean every solution comes quickly. It means no one has to walk through hardship alone. Resilient families also understand that setbacks do not define the future. Every family makes mistakes. Parents makes mistakes, spouses makes mistakes, children makes mistakes. There will be words we wish we could take back. There will be missed opportunities. There will be seasons we wish we had unfolded differently. The healthiest families are not the ones who never make mistakes. They are the ones who know how to recover from them. They apologize, they forgive, they learn, they grow, they develop, they keep moving forward. One difficult season does not determine the rest of your family's story. One disagreement does not erase years of love. One failure does not eliminate future success. Resilience reminds us that today's challenge is not necessarily tomorrow's destination. Here's something practical you can begin this week. The next time your family encounters problem, instead of immediately asking, why is this happening to us? Try asking a different question. What can this experience teach us? That simple shift transforms adversity into an opportunity for growth and development. Every challenge has the potential to strengthen character, deepen relationships, and increase wisdom if we are willing to learn from it. Now let's move to our final foundation, Foundation 5. Legacy is built one day at a time. Legacy is built one day at a time. When many people hear the word legacy, they immediately think about wealth, property, accomplishments, or achievements. While those things certainly have value, a family's greatest legacy extends far beyond material possessions. A legacy is what remains in the hearts, minds, and lives of those who come after us. It is the values we pass on. It is the character we model. It is the habits we cultivate. It is the example we live every single day. Think about your own life for a moment. Perhaps someone taught you the importance of honesty. Maybe someone showed you what hard work looks like. Perhaps a parent or grandparent demonstrated generosity, kindness, perseverance, or compassion. Those lessons likely did not come from a single speech. They came from years of observation. Children in particular learn more from what they consistently see than from what they occasionally hear. Families transmit culture. Every home has a culture. Some homes are filled with encouragement. Some are filled with criticism. Some value gratitude. Others focus primarily on complaints. Some celebrate honesty. Others avoid difficult conversations. Whether intentional or not, every family develops patterns. The encouraging news is this: family culture can be shaped. It does not happen overnight, but it does happen intentionally. Ask yourself, what words are spoken most often in our home? How do we respond when someone makes a mistake? Do people feel respected here? Do they feel heard? Do they feel safe enough to ask questions? Do they know they are loved, feel love, and being loved? Not only when they succeed, but simply because they are part of this family. Those everyday interactions become tomorrow's memories. The meal shared around the table, the conversation before bedtime, the birthday celebrations, the weekend traditions, the simple moments of laughter, the encouraging words spoken after a difficult day. Those ordinary experiences often become the extraordinary memories that people carry for the rest of their lives. Never underestimate the influence of ordinary faithfulness. Legacy is not built through one unforgettable event. It is built through thousands of faithful moments that often seem small at the time. One encouraging conversation, one shared meal, one act of forgiveness, one family tradition, one evening spent truly listening instead of rushing. Those moments accumulate over months and years until they become the story of a family. As parents and grandparents and spouses, siblings, and family members, we have the opportunity to influence generations we may never even meet. The decisions we make today shape the environment in which tomorrow's families will grow. That is both a tremendous responsibility and an incredible privilege. As we prepare to conclude today's episode, I would like to leave you with one final challenge, not a challenge that requires money, perfection, or extraordinary talent, but one that every family can begin today. We will explore that challenge, summarize today's 5 foundations, and close with a practical action plan in the final part of this episode. Stay with me. We'll be right back for the conclusion of Family 20. Welcome back to Family 20. I am your host, Brother Sells-Berachah, and if you have stayed with me through this entire first episode, thank you. It is truly means a great deal. Today we have explored a simple but powerful truth. Strong families are not built by accident, they are built intentionally. Let us briefly reflect on the 5 foundations we have discussed today. The first foundation is shared purpose. Every healthy family knows who they are, what they value, and what kind of people they are striving to become. Purpose gives direction. It helps families make decisions with clarity rather than simply reacting to whatever life brings. The second foundation is healthy communication. Families grow stronger when people feel heard, understood, and respected. Communication is not merely exchanging words, it is building understanding. The strongest relationships are often built by those who learn to listen with patience, speak with kindness, and resolve disagreements with humility. The third foundation is trust. Trust is not established through one grand gesture. It is built one promise at a time, one honest conversation at a time, one consistent action at a time. Reliability invents emotional security, and emotional security allows relationships to flourish. The fourth foundation is resilience. Every family will experience storms, but storms do not have to define the future. Families that remain committed to one another during adversity often emerge stronger, wiser, and more compassionate because they choose perseverance over surrender. Finally, the fifth foundation is legacy. Legacy is not simply what we leave behind, it is what we live every day. It is it is reflected in our character, our values, our habits, and the example we set for those around us. Every ordinary day is an opportunity to shape an extraordinary future. Now, I would like to offer you the very first Family 20 weekly challenge. This challenge does not require special equipment, it does not require a large budget, it does not require hours of preparation, it simply requires intentionality. Sometime this week, gather your family together. It may be around the dinner table, it may be during an evening walk, it may be over breakfast on a Saturday morning. Choose a time when everyone can be present without distractions. Turn off the television, silence the phones, remove anything that competes for your attention. Then ask each person these 3 questions. Question number 1. What is the one thing you appreciate about our family? Allow each person to answer without interruption. Listen carefully. Celebrate what is already going well. Question number 2. What is one thing we could do better as a family? This question requires humility. Do not become defensive. Do not argue. Simply listen. Sometimes the greatest opportunities for growth and development begin with honest conversations. Question number 3. What is one thing we could do together this week to strengthen our family? Keep the answer simple because perhaps it is eating one meal together. Perhaps it's taking a family walk. Perhaps it is reading together. Perhaps it's calling a grandparent. Perhaps it is serving someone in your community. Whatever you choose, commit to doing it together. Remember, families become stronger not because of one extraordinary event, but because of consistent and ordinary moments shared over time. As we close, I would like to leave you with one final thought. The world often measures success by titles, achievements, accomplishments, income, influence, popularity, or recognition. Those accomplishments certainly have their place, but years from now, very few people will remember every meeting you attend. Few will remember every email you sent. Few will remember every deadline you met. Your family, however, will remember something much more about you. They will remember whether you were present. They will remember whether you listened. They will remember whether they felt safe with you. They will remember whether you encouraged them when life became difficult. They will remember whether your home was a place of love, respect, grace, accountability, and hope. Never underestimate the impact of simplicity, simply showing up consistently for the people who matter most. Healthy families are built one conversation at a time, one act of kindness at a time, one apology at a time, one forgiveness at a time, one shared meal at a time, one day at a time, one fight at a time. If today's conversation encouraged you, I invite you to share Family 20 with a spouse, friend, parent, co-worker, or someone who's committed to building a stronger family. I would also love for you to subscribe so you can never miss an episode. Every week, we will continue exploring practical strategies that help marriages flourish, strengthen parent-childhood relationships, improve communication, navigate and maneuver conflict, develop emotional resilience, and build homes where every family member can grow and thrive. Next time on Family 20, we will explore our second conversation, the 5 conversations every couple needs to have before small problems become big problems. We will discuss why many conflicts begin long before couples recognize them, how healthy communication prevents unnecessary misunderstandings, practical tools that help couples strengthen trust, resolve disagreements with wisdom, and deepen emotional connection. You won't want to miss it. Until next time, remember this: healthy families do not happen by chance, healthy families happen by choice. One intentional decision, one meaningful conversation, one faithful day at a time. Thank you for listening to the very first episode of Family 20. I am Brother Sells-Berachah. Take care of yourselves, take care of one another, and never stop investing in what matters most, your family. Thank you for listening to Family 20. We will see you next time. Be blessed. Thank you. Bye-bye.